And now, from the warehouse in Overland Park on April 4th.
Up next is the Fast Five. 5 minutes of news you need to know.
In our first story, this past Monday, Game On for Kansas Schools completed a 60-mile walk from Marion, Kansas to the capital, Topeka, to advocate for our schools. The walk ended with a rally and a press conference at the Capitol. This walk began only 3 years ago with a girl named Heather Ousley, and this year it had a total of 27 people. Some who walked the entire way and others who walked portions.
This past Thursday, there was some legislation passed without a lot of fanfare. This particular legislation changes rules in regard to firearms. Now, citizens can carry concealed weapons without training and without a permit, as reported in the Kansas City Star. This will take effect in July. While nearly 80% of Kansans support training as well as permits to have a gun, this passed on through the legislature and was signed by the governor this past week. There was concern voiced by law enforcement and other people from the state. However, the bill went on through. Looks like that may not be where it stops, though. Patricia Stoneking, the president of the Kansas Rifle Association here in this state, indicated that the next goal for Kansas would be to lower the age required to carry a concealed weapon from 21 to 18. If this concerns you, you really need to call your legislator and voice concern about the bill that was just passed, as well as this idea of changing the age from 21 to 18.
For our next story, just prior to the Game On walk to Topeka, our legislators barely passed a very controversial block grant bill, SB 7. This bill strips $51 million to public school funding. Let me repeat that, $51 million for the current school year. Feeling the financial pressure caused by the reduced state aid, both the Concordia and Twin Valley school districts have indicated that they will release students on earlier dates for summer, as reported by the Salino Journal. Think about it.
There was a debate this past week in the legislature about how to control the wild hog population in the state of Kansas. During this debate, as reported by the Wichita Eagle, Kansas State Representative Virgil Peck made this suggestion, quote, "Looks to me, if shooting these immigrating feral hogs works, maybe we have found a solution to our illegal immigration problem," end quote. Many organizations across the state, as well as the country, demanded an apology from Mr. Peck. As of this weekend, none had been issued. Mr. Peck is a representative for District 12 in Kansas, which is located in the southeast portion. Okay, and finally, it's election time. So you may have received some different things in the mail. Not a lot of commercials at this time of year because this is an election where it's not statewide, no federal elections, that type of thing, local. But what is important is you will find open school board positions being voted this time around. Pay real close attention to the pieces that you receive in the mail. Game On for Kansas Schools offers some advice on this to kind of help you decode some of the language. If you see something on these cards mentioning Americans for Prosperity, or AFP, that's an organization funded by the Koch brothers. They typically, along with AFP, have chosen candidates and endorsed candidates who do not favor public schools. So that would be something to look out for. You will not find AFP mentioned on these. The other thing with the elections and looking at these cards, look for things that may mention if the candidate sends their children to private schools. You might want to ask some questions in that regard. But there are other things on these cards too, as far as looking at who endorses them and their track record, as far as if that was a candidate from another race who endorses one of the school board candidates. The big thing though is remember, the election is this Tuesday and we want you to get out and vote. If you don't know where to go or you don't know what's on the ballot, you can always go to our website, redalloverks.com, to get information.
Up next, we have Stump the Parents.
Hi guys, on this week of Stump Your Parents, the question is, which Kansas State representative used to work for Clint Eastwood? The choices are Kevin Yoder, Melissa Rooker, or Jimmy Fallon. No cheating while looking on Google or anything, and when you get the answer from your parents, go to redalloverks.com. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Rachel B. from Warehouse Studios, and today we have a very special guest star. Please welcome our fashion icon, BiBi Shenanigans. Oh, so sorry about that.
It's okay, mademoiselle. It's a pleasure to see you.
And you too, BiBi, so tell us, what's in for this spring?
Well, this spring you will find plenty color, fringe, and pattern. It's like found in my new shirt.
That's a very interesting shirt.
Never mind that. There's something else that's very important.
Really? What's that?
Voting.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I said voting. Too many people haven't been voting. It's like when my Uncle Brad wears those lights up holiday sweaters. It's so bourgeois.
Botox?
No, bourgeois. It means lame and disgusting.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Not enough people are voting and we're getting stuck with some elected officials who aren't the best for our state.
That's right. It's like getting stuck with faded glory jeans when you wanted Miss Me bronze.
Oh, that is bad.
Yes, yes, yes. So get out and vote. Since if you're not old enough, make sure your parents do. Because not voting is so last year.
All right, thank you, BiBi Shenanigans, our red carpet fashion reporter.
And to all you men out there, yes, I am single.
This week's Heroes of the Hood are the Game On Walkers. 27 people walked from Merriam, Kansas to the capital city this weekend to show their support for the schools.
And now, a final moment with BiBi.
When the days are cold and the cards are full, saints we sing are all made of gold. When your dreams they hail and the ones they fail are the worst of all, and the ones won't fail. I wanna handle the truth, I wanna shelter you when the meaning is out and know where we can hide.